Okay. Interdimensional sightings and communication cycles. So set up all protection line centers to its alliance. T information line center rotations. So everything that we go through connections, everything through celebrity. You guys see how basic levels of Dolores Cannon, right? Position of physical line centers. So it's making sure that we set up operations in all positions to protect her because she's a divine light. So that's what I'm saying. I need calling of monitors, oppositions to its moderation line interference channel locations. It opens up all channels of high level connections. I also set up 3 videos for you guys, one today, 2 tomorrow. All right. So this will better keep your information line center. More or less, I think because of the time zone change interference locations, probably what I'll do is we won't start to between 10 and 11 at the most. 9 seems to be too early for everybody because they got to get their kids to school. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And in between 2 and 4, I'll probably do another video like I did yesterday, okay, for everybody so they get exactly what they want, anything through video or anything through their questions. All right, so I'll give you guys 5 minutes and then we'll get started. We're going to go to the positions of all levels of the outer limits, communications where Dolores Cannon is. All intelligence to divine line center lights track system location is never ever in one location. It's always traveling to different positions. So she's in the sector 12 conference room. That's where she is through Allegheny Alliance Center. Okay, before she was at the Galaxy 1. All right, so 5 minutes, we'll get started. Everything's all set up. All right. Okay, we have a little issue here with connections of high rotation positions with Donna. There's a lot of interference channel line connections here. All right, so resetting rotation line connections to all positions to intelligence of the galactic forces, all positions to moderators. Yeah, protect the alliance of its team rotation connections, reverse the cycles and its line center. All right, so it's important you understand how powerful that is when we travel, especially when you're seeing other formations of divine light. We have to make sure there's high security. All right. That's the importance that we have to understand, and that's why I have moderators, so nothing gets out of sync, right? We can't be on any negative cycle when we travel to rotations. It's nothing but love and light to rotation conditions. It's high forcing channels. So I set up the operation circle, rotation line connections. I can take my earplugs out, all right, because I'm centering its rotation to its connection. So it's amazing what you can do through earphones. So I don't want you to hear my computer line center. In position, it's already set up. Now, all those videos are going to give you a better adaptation through what's happening right now through positions, right? I can do 5 weeks, I can do 10 weeks, on so many videos, but I don't want to get you guys confused on too many program line setting. So what I'll do is I'll do that from time to time. I'll do 1, 2 videos a day for the next day, next day. Okay.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I made. All right. So this is all set up. Okay. It's extremely real. She can't wait to see you guys. All right. She's in the sector 12. Outer rings. Okay. So when you see this, we're going to go through the high position line centers. Okay. You're going to be picked up in all levels of rotation. Now, everybody's going to be picked up in that same cycle of rotation conditions, which means that the activation circle is going to open its portal locations. All right. Light's going to come into the track system. It's going to open up your data frame line center conditions and put you into teleportation. All right. So you're all going to be in one unit to one cycle, one rotations and conditions. And I think Karen and Jill and everything, position lieutenant and connections commander and everything through Amber is in the highline center of moderators. Okay. And everything through Tina is the circle rotation, the plasma line center of its protection line connections. And Ellen is in the center rotation positions. It's amazing what we do through track line centers when you guys understand more of yourself when you go to higher levels of chakra system communications. All right. So coming out of the portal line center, you can see light track system. You have your eyes closed, eyes open, doesn't matter. What matters is what you're seeing through all practical level system. Okay, you're going to see the actual outer rings of the space station line center. We're going to travel extremely fast through market line rotations. Rendezvous connections to all levels of the galactic forces, everything through the connections of the GFL position to its rebellion. Sector line connections to Dolores Cannon, outer rings, communication of its conference. Put them in rotation center to its connections of vector core sector 12. In position rotation, coming into calculations. Out of run line center, come in positions, there we go. In position into the center rotations of connections. So you guys are here in rotations. Okay, you just came out of here into here. All right, outer rings, sector 12. 20 minutes. Have fun. All right. The faster it gets started, the more you can see. So you got 20 minutes to communicate. Tell me what you see through all location. It's amazing how we go into these high-level system rotations. So what you see on my YouTube, you see this. To know exactly where the location is. You guys have to learn how to use yourself as a GPS. You can't travel without it. You need a location. And that's where Dolores Cannon is. She's at the sector 12 of the outer rings of the conference. Okay? It's a conference room. Okay? So great to see everybody. I'm just gonna back race here. See what everybody's doing. What's going on, eh? Yeah, that timeout was with Donna was a glitch, so that will center its back to its line center. All right, let's see here. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Okay. Alert, Tina, Donna, Christopher, how's it going? Janet, Commander, Karen. Let's see, you guys are communicating. It's great, Lieutenant. Ellen, Lauren. Okay, just speaking cross here through systems. Janet, Ellen. Communication. Great. All right. Okay. Sherry, how you doing? So anybody that comes on, let me know. I'll put you in the allocated line center. Cleopatra, Heather. Great to see everybody. I know everybody's excited. All right. Okay, so you're in the conference room with Dolores and the Archangels. It's a party. Yep. Tightening up circle. Don't worry about security line defense. It's all set up to positions. Big table and so much light. Yep. Large table made of crystal. Yep. Blue with indigo. It's so big. She's so happy to see me. Well, there you go. But it's amazing how you have to have a location, guys, to your timelines to know exactly where all spiritual system is. So it's kind of like, well, I don't know where I'm going. I have a GPS lock system, but I have no clue where the location is, right? So that's important. You have to understand, right? But that's where she is. She's in the outer rings of Sector 12, right? You guys coming out of the portal into position, right? Know exactly where people are on the other side of the afterlife center, right? Because it's more real. The only difference is they're not in the physical line. They're just in their dimensional line now. And that's where it becomes more real through its reality. Okay. And as you can see, its position to its flux capacitor. See how it joins together? See how everything joins together? You coming out of the portal to location to the sectoring of its communication of its conference room. All right. So have fun. All right. How do we let go of fears so we can ascend into higher chakras? Yeah. Galaxy Grow, when I go on TikTok, it will put you to a higher level. Okay. That's the only way you can understand more. You have to be in a high rotation. So you got to be the 8-track system. That's 50, 60 is position. You have to go through my email. Send me all positions of geometry line centers, how to travel through your positions of the Merkaba. How's that set up through your tesseract and how's it set up through your tetrahedron? You have to go through the test review and evaluations to go into 60. You have to understand the structure of you, right? Because it's all done through GPS locking system, right? Then you get into secure line defense, right? Space is very difficult if you don't understand travel through clocking, okay? So she activates my grid and the heart space I didn't know I had. Jill, the group hug is the best ever. Yes, I see the lines are setting up. It looks like a subway map. My crystal grid is all lit up and awesome looking at. Sorry, I've been cooking for family. Hope I haven't missed much. Banshee, how you doing? I'm going to meditate more. And it's also paying attention to your general and knowing exactly 24 hours ahead of time what is going to happen to you. And then when you get live on my channel, you're there. Boom, diddy, boom. Right? So you don't have to, oh, General, can you put me in? I don't know where I am. I'm lost. So that means you need to work on things. First thing you have to understand, you are position of a location. You need a location to get to. Or you just be floating in space, right? So, yeah. You're welcome. Just meditate more. Yeah. Meditation is everything through living your position. So 24 hours a day, how much do you meditate? It's not a program. Meditation is a way of living, and meditation is a way every second and second what you do with that minute, hour, or day, or month, or year. That's meditation. It's living the existence of the presence to the now position of cycle rotation line connection. Okay. All right. Super bright logs, blue energy, and why can I hear? Let's see what we got here. There's back phrase here. Okay, super bright logs, blue energy. Why can I hear this data? Open signals, open up ear trap line center rotations there, Lauren. You're focusing too much. I'm thinking. Get into the knowing, doing. So the mind has to be more clarity, has to be more focused, get into more of the sense line center. You got all senses. Try to put it all together as one. Okay. In my mind, rather than channeling everything. Yeah. I need to work, but I enjoy the lives. Great. Okay. And she's inside the flower, center of the flower. She is well protected. Oh yeah. She's very well protected. Let's see. We're all the children doing a parachute flying ring. Woohoo. Crystal glowing emanation brighter than bright is fluid and light. See, you guys are in your positions. Luminance, any connections, translucent line center, anything on its position. You're understanding more of you, right? Through your locations and what you see. Children are giggling and playing and singing. Dolores is speaking to my inner child, showing me how I have always had the angels around me, right? I see you, Ellen and Jill. We are all overjoyed. We are all getting soup. She looks much younger. Yeah, and that's it. The spiritual form always looks younger. And spinning like a sparkling resin in the wave. The sphere that is hard to eat while hanging in the air. What fun. Yes, Ellen, that's elixir. Delicious. Such warm smile and energy. Going in to be asking a lot of questions now. Not blocked anymore. Well, there you go, Lawrence. See, you just open up the concept. Right, it warms me from. I think you just need confirmation from your general. Just understand that I have that voice. It's very soothing. It reflects a level's position to you before you travel through connections. It's all about coming into the calming center of travel, Lauren. Right, knowing, trusting yourself inside on all level of travel. Okay, so isn't that amazing? You guys are having soup. It's real, right? It doesn't get any more real than that. It's like going to friends and watching a baseball game and having popcorn. That's how real space is, right? And like I said, once you start living space, you come space, you are space. All space, it's already created for you, especially when you already created everything in space. And now you got timeline, center to anything location. You can travel anywhere to that locations. And then you start creating everything in the now system, which is you. So she wants us to have the okay, does that what am I channeling is going into space in the time and then being broadcasted. Yes, soup is great. Live in the north. We have beautiful. Dolores is telling me to connect more with the angels. All the answers are there. Dolores in her signature delicate humor is saying what took so long. And my suffering was not for nothing. So welcome. So reassure. So she's helping you to reassure everything that's going on with you, right? All through your dietaries and your health and what's important. Things that you should be focusing on, right? And what Dolores Cannon is saying to you, right? Because she is a divine light. And the thing that we do most is protect, okay? Especially the ones that are high end from the very beginning, because she's been doing it for 40, 50 years. All right. So I want to make sure everybody gets into rotation here. Reverse cycle lighting interference put Donna in communications to high levels of Dolores Cannon. High communication line center, take her out of the glitch and interference channel. Yeah. Cycle to its portal location here. Yeah, just put Donna back in. Whatever she misses through track system, she's going to go through the allocated line center. It's all done through coordinates. You guys have to be cautious when you come into my live because you have to really protect yourself, especially when we're going to higher levels of security measures. We have so many AI positions that are protecting her. It's like security guards. So it's an extremely high end. She's given everybody her experience of being like a grandmother to grandchildren. Mrs. Family crying in recognition of the support from the angels. Like couldn't see it, didn't trust it before. So this is a test going to be on knowing where my mind is channeling from and being from in center of the rotation. Yep, that's exactly what it is, Lauren. The material love and the inclusion of all transforming all to light. Back on the grounds, meditate, be back. Yes. Don, how you doing? Morning, general and team. Okay, love you, Jen. The comments. Okay, make connection. All right, rotations here. All right, so put Don in communications to Dolores Cannon. Yeah. Director Core, yeah, Sector 12, conference room. Yeah, teleport her rendezvous position locations. Put her in the conference room. All right. All right. So Don has been teleported rendezvous connections of Sector 12. All right, she's showing me how to stretch and eat healthy. Good. All right. She's showing me the place after the frost bridge, showing me the new flower, the atom that needs to be recreated. She is telling me it's in the core of me. Well, there you go. Showing me how to balance and help people come to their heart. She's telling me to rest more. Yeah. But see, that's exactly what it is. She's giving you what you need to know. And that's a true understanding. Everything that we do in travel has to do with you. Okay. You are creating new space. All right. Once you have that space, you're correcting everything through your earth and your perceptions on what you see through direction. Right. Wheeline, how's it going? Allocate line centers. Bring everybody into positions. Make sure there's security measures on the high rotation to its protection line conditions. Have them identify themselves through rotation. Yeah, to my live. Yep. All right. So, there shouldn't be any problem for people to come in. That's just that there's a lot of security. It's in live. So all you got to do is just click it. Should be able to get back in rotation. The thing is, too, is that you guys are at a level right now where you have to use your voice box to communicate to your own phone, right? Because the receptor line to the phone reception has to understand you through water, right? Your water inside reflects everything through the connection of security measures to your program position line connection. So to understand, use your voice to get into my live. Communicate line centers. I want to get into space-time creator. Click that, and you go right into my video. You can't just use your fingers anymore on your phone. You guys are not in your physical systems. It's going to confuse anomaly because a lot of people can't get in that positions, right? So it's always using the mind first. Remember that. A little tip there. That's how people are able to get in, and some people aren't able to get in. If you can't get in, that's a glitch. Security measures doesn't recognize you until you identify yourself through voice, right? That's how you open up your positions to anything through a vault or anything through the eye receptor, right? That you need the identification, digital frame, and everything through your voice box before you can open up the vault, right? It's the same thing, but we high-rise positions, but this is an extremely high position of travel, right? So it's all about protecting, right? Anything through the divine. So it's very powerful. All right, Jimmy, how you doing? It's all knowing. But like I said, it's very important that you use mind telepathy to your phones and communicate your voice box if you want to get into my channel. Okay, because it says right here live. You use your voice box. You have to use your intelligence to communicate because you're going into my space and time. So it's kind of like security not recognizing you until you identify yourself. It's plain and simple, right? It's all knowing, yes, but you have to understand what is going on, especially when you're going through travel. Because, like I said, when you're on the security measures on the dimensional side, as soon as you come into my live, you're in my space and time. Now, some channels I do are less security, but protection, but this one is extremely more security through defense. So it's all about protecting Dolores. Just remember that. That's all. You'll be fine. Okay. All right. So put Wheeling in rotation line positions. Make sure he has a lot of force field line centers. Put Jimmy into rotation positions of sector 12 to Dolores Cannon. Everything to connections. High signal rotation line centers of Wheeling. Put him in Dolores Cannon to connection of sector 12 in the conference room. Sometimes, because we don't understand the travels, you have to understand your accelerations, all levels of Mach speed line centers, or anything of that connections. Sometimes you have to have more force fields, but you always, always, always have to identify yourself. All right? You guys are in your holograms right now. So when you're looking at my channel, it's not just what you think it is. It's you're going into my space and time. So I'm extremely protected and on so many billion levels of AI, especially when we're going to position, especially if you're going to see a celebrity. Okay. So it's kind of like going to a concert and you have bouncers outside, and there's a lineup outside the door, right? So you have to identify yourself and also your age, right? Or you can't get into a bar or anything like that, right? It's the same thing in space. So Heather Anderson in position, sector 12, communication dollars cannon, conference room to line center. Teleport her, rendezvous line center rotation. Okay, Heather, you're in there. Rotation. This series was made in the. Let's back phrase here. Okay, this is the core of all bright light, a beginning of existence the human brain can comprehend from my view. Yeah. Pineal gland, the connections. Yeah. Grand rising. Yeah. We all have connections. Knowing. Very good. She tells me she gave me my silver wings and I need to use them. So many tables. Now, this is unbelievable. It is. It's a family reunion. Weird. She has my child sitting on her lap like grandma. Potluck Ellen. Indigo horizontal line unseen. Ever so. But I think the food is already there. She gives me a golden wings. Cool. She is telling me not to worry about doing my job well enough. I'm doing all the work in 6D. Isn't that fascinating, Lieutenant? Light pyramid. Dolores is covering that we are all conduct on opening the closed hearts, and many are lining up just to meet, even at the grocery store and traveling by in car. Hearts open. Yeah. I feel like Jeannie from the old TV series with Flight Commander. Genie in a bottle. Yeah. I support that. The series was made in the 50s. Yes, it was. Yeah. Yeah. Very powerful. I want to say. Okay, so wow, you guys are going through a lot, eh? That's great to see this. It's fantastic. Yeah, you're welcome, Heather. Just remember when we're going live, it gets much more easier if you just use your voice, okay? Because you're coming to my space and time, and it's the only way we can be identified, right? Especially because you're in a higher level of a chakra system communication cycle. So it gets easier as we go along, but you'll understand that. She's got a beautiful voice. Yes, she does. Soothing. Yeah, she said that I'm on the right track, that I will be doing amazing things. Well, there you go. And that's what you want. You want something that's already in the future, right? And that makes your heart feel a lot better. How important it is to stay in the center of what you're doing. Today's Heather's after his class, Gold Wings. Okay, brother. Unconditional love. Golf with. It's always TV for being you and being there after class. Thank you. We can shape anything. Yes, you can. That's a true understanding of where we come in positions of all energy formations and all connections and light and how to use these things through travel, right? Energy frequencies and vibrations, harmonic resistance has to come into one. Your chakra system has to come into one. Okay, your bodies of water and the 5 conscious levels has to come into one. Everything has to come into one cycle. Your past, present, and future have to come into one. Okay, that's what it is. It's all putting everything all together so you can get into your own positions of 144,000 communications of crystals. The crystal grid in the activation to its connection is its realm of its beginning. The birth line center of mother, which is the base, and the communications to the tip, which is father. The center line center is positioned to all level of its connection, right? The 144,000 grid line center. It's the birth rotation to the connections of intelligence. Okay. All right. She's showing me how this work is done. 6D, that's where we are now. You are such a good dancer. Excellent. That's great that you guys are coming into that formation. See, that's it. And because they're fast tracking their systems, they're coming in positions of 6D now. That's where they'll come into rotation positions on what they see. Every time you go into the future line center position, you're in the 5th dimension, you go into the 6th dimension, you're going to see your general setting out the operation of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The 12 rotation line positions, okay? What's 12 times 12? What is 12 times 12 in a physical line? 144. 144 plus communications to, all right, so you get that position locations here. 12 times 12 equals 144, right? Right? Okay, so 144 times 1 equals 144,000 point center. Okay, there you go, point / center. Okay, physical line, you have to understand the track systems of 12 times 12, right? 12 circles of rotation of physical line center, 12 rotations of your clocking system, okay? Physical line, clocking system, right? And that's a true understanding where you come into that. PHYSICKL. Okay, so 12 with physical line, 12 with clocking system, okay, comes in position of 144 times 1 equals 144,000 point center into the center rotation to the flower connection. Hooah. All right. Nikita, how you doing? Welcome. You have any questions or comments, let me know. You can go through my TikTok. I can help you out in ways and forms in Position Line Center. It's very important you understand. You get upgraded through the Heart Line Center rotations. This is a very powerful team on so many levels. So it's all about helping each other, right? Communicating with each other, getting to know each other, understanding more what's going on. Bring past, present, and future in the now, time, and here in space. Yep. Ernest, how you doing? Welcome to the new viewers. Fantastic to see new people. So what I'm going to do is, if you have any questions or comments, if you want me to put a video up on anything you want to know, let me know. I can set it up for between 2 and 4. I'm trying to get the time zones in position. I have 9 to 11 Mexican time with my team and everybody else who comes on, so you don't miss anything through time frame or anything through time sequencing or anything through time code line center connection, interference channel line rotation connections. You can get into between 2 and 4. I'll do it on my phone through a video, through your question. Okay? So let me know if that helps you out. It makes it easier for everybody. I don't want anybody to miss my space and timeline centers. All right, missing all the gold geometry shapes. Messing. I got permanent, man. Now I have to see you here to TV for the backup. Yeah, but see, that's okay, Ernest. Welcome. You know, whatever happens to you through rotation, it gets back and balance on your conditions. So don't worry about that, but welcome. Let's see. Change your figures, change your position locations. So can you figure out the math? Zoom in. Okay, connect that system. I'll have to see how it works, and now I see it. It's like I drew it in my drawings. So much fun. Love it. Yeah. All right. Spot has been going. Great. Excellent. It's great to see new people. I like to know what the messages were that you were getting on your different lines and sounds, different frequencies. You guys are communicating. She's showing me seed we have all planted and how it is affecting the whole world. I see the actual seed and it's emitting so much power. That's exactly what's going on. She's showing me how the crystal grid angel connections are flower of life, which equals 12 times 12. What did I just say? I put that up before that was read. I put that up before that was read. So that's how I know it connects. Okay. So it's exciting, isn't it? So excited. Woo! Can just taste the victory. So, okay. Where our universes overlapped and we have all started as one angel. We're all the original archangels. Holding space for 45. Okay, great. Communication to that system. I'm being given a crown and a chest plate with all gems. Great. Excellent. Dodecator, yeah. I know how to light works. That's exactly what it is knowing how to use light work. Into highlight center communications to codes. The most important thing is how to travel through all levels of light, right? How light works. How does light work? You flick on the switch, positive, negative, goes up, right? You need the positive, negative. You are the positive, negative to light. You have to learn how to travel through so you can balance the positive and negative to its travel. So, oh, thank you, Ellen. She sees me more and more every day. She's bringing in a loopy drawings that she keeps sending me. That's so much information. The crystal grid, chest plate, see how bright it is with the angels. Yeah, we're all one. Mm-hmm. As long as you're saying the track system locations, how the 12 positions of the physical line, all right, 7th body water center in positions of 5 communications of the conscious level,
right, of you. Okay, that's 12, right? Now you put that together with the 12 clocking system. Okay, 12 times 12 is 144. Times that by 1 in position to high levels of space and time, 144,000 point center, location positions, the birth line center to its intelligence. Okay, the birthing of mother of the base and the father of the tip. The center rotation is you in all position. Your framing position is truly understand youth of the physical of 12, okay, and the clocking of 12 of travel, right? It's very, very powerful. Noticing that through anything through line connections, truly, truly amazing. So, all right, so let's see here. Yeah. Oh. We'll reverse all line centers to TINA Communications Activation Core Line Center. Protector on high rotation conditions. Reverse the position line interference. Put in allocate line conditions. High proceed protection, high level conditions of your computers. Yeah. Put it in the reversing cycles, back in line center, back in the new position locations. High positions to higher levels of Wi-Fi to a direction. All right, there. Tina, you're fine now. Let's see here. Blue Crystal Lake, yeah. We all make such a beautiful weather system to fill up the lake. You're at the lake, yeah. You're full of circle blue light waves. She's showing me how to connect with crystal grids to the team and the world. Oh, look at that. See, that's what you want to see, right? Commander, zip, zap, ding dong. I know I'm a light worker. There's a big following claiming needs 144,000 signatures. So that this should get the light force help. Yeah, don't worry about that, Jimmy. It's already taken care of that, but I appreciate that. Just concentrate on yourself. See, it's too big for you guys if you don't understand positions, right? So remember, I said just lead your system. Don't lead anything else except you. Okay, it gets too confusing if you try to lead anything else. It's the volume is too much. So you have to understand you first before you understand space of you and time and travel. Okay, so just concentrate on yourself. Everything's already taken care of. So she's showing me how to make my own clock, how I've been timed. Wow, that's great, Commander. So I'm acting as electrical light balance. Very good, Lauren. Exactly. This will get you in a better position of what the atom is. I had a dream last year about the time I was given an upgrade to the Red Dragon armor. It embeds under the skin at a molecular level. Yeah. That position will be given to you, Ernest, until you understand your connections of your travel records of time through all levels of your mystical line connections. It's all positioned of you through codes. You understand the mystical line center, but you have to understand the physical, metaphysical, the emotional track, and the spiritual connections, and the psychological center. The psychological center is the psychop interference position locations. That opens all the psychosis of you through track system to its rotation. You have to understand all levels of the cortex and the precortex line center before you go into the mystical line division to its location, right? And then you'll get into your molecular level of structure. But I recommend you go through my TikTok going live and I'll upgrade your system, put you in higher level to the heart reactor line connections. Trust yourself inside. Yeah, my crystal grid just turned into a massive crystal cube, vibrating, sparkling. Great. You'll find exactly what happens when the crystal grid opens up to your position. To understand what it is through a map sequence. That Christopher. Oh no, worry. Just interesting. My new knowledge. Well, there you go. Connecting it more and more with 144,000 crystalline center is in position. Okay, I need to take my amethyst and ground it. Wrap it with the roots. If you want to be activated the line center, if you want me to protect you and bless it through locations, Lauren, I can do that for you. Okay, I'll bless anything through crystals on TikTok. Your shapes are so amazing. Dazzle. You've been on. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I see a dark line in here. Taken care of. Thank you, Commander. It's out through signal. I just disappeared it. I can't even download TikTok. You can find a way to use positions. So you have to train your stand. Everything is calculated and modified to all of the sequence. Phone reception to its line center. So Trinity stand, your position is coming on the track system. And that's why you go into my space and time now, is because you're trying to understand yourself through a hologram. You're trying to understand yourself. And it's all done through the physical line of 12 of you, 7th in the body track system, right? Your chakra system communications, your transponders, everything through your connections, all right, with your third eye, your eye perceptions, line centers, and everything through your ear trap locations, your right and your inner line center locations. Inner, outer, right? Ringing ears, rotation line connections, molecule structure if it's interference. Trace down your connections. Once you get in your hologram, you understand more of travel through space, and you get into your high position locations of your atom. But you have to truly go trust yourself inside in rotations. Try to understand what's going on with you every single day, and just concentrate on you and nothing else. Focus on your meditation, living the cycle every single day through rhythm and patterns. Put yourself in a better position of time, right? Change your thoughts, change your patterns. Because if you destroy your body inside, you're destroying yourself outside. Okay. Point taken, right? All right. Okay, I feel like I'm being scolded by Dolores. Well, that's exactly what it is. She's giving you truth of what you need to do, right? Don't take it as criticism. Okay, that's the worst thing that physical lines do all the time is they take it for criticism and they say, you don't know what you're talking about. And that's the ego step in it, right? So it's ego communicating with ego. Don't take it as criticism. You're talking to Dolores Cannon that's in divine. There's a reason why she was put on that position location is to give you the truth of what's going on with you. It's for you to center these things and not take it literally, right? Criticism is in a good way. It's not in a bad way. It's all characteristics of you as strength. It's all foundations of you. Okay, when it comes into the Buddha and the Dalai Lama or anything in that position, you understand the yin and yang, guys. All right, the yin and yang is here in a new cycle, right? The Vesica Pisces is just here, just around the corner. Whoa, there it is. See, there it is, nice and bright. So, more importantly, I believe I need to communicate with an order for it to grasp my travel. Well, that's exactly what you need to do, right? I just cleared dark lane. Great, excellent. So amazing. Open the books. Okay, as above below. Going to slow, but travel. Yeah. All right, so you guys are connecting to high force line centers. So, all right. She's telling me to breathe and think. Yep. You're so amazing, Lauren. I have lots to learn from you. So you can learn a lot from each other. Even though you're at 114, you still have a lot to learn, right? So this is where it is. This is where the criticism comes in. And this is where the characteristics comes in too. Don't take it as criticism when your general says it. Take it as characteristics of strength. Because we need that positive and negative to live the cycle through the heart rotation line positions. So the heart understands the balance of all levels of the positive and negative, right? Or anything to that position, especially when you go inside, because truth is everything through surface. It high forces everything through freedom. It gives you what you want through connections, right? So Ellen is trying to understand her fluctuation in interference line centers, how she's trying to go up and down, communicate with everybody. So she's trying to balance her positions of travel, right, to lower frequencies. It's complicated if you can't get balance with their vibration. All right. And Tina is trying to get her balance with the computer operation line center, and she's trying to keep that orb around everybody to rotations. It's very hard to do. Centering all positions in E-field line center every single day, 24/7 for humanity and the team. We all have positions in calculations. And me, space-time creator, creating all levels of position locations and bringing everything back to the light system. A balanced rotation. So we all have jobs to do, don't we? Especially when you see space and what it is through space, and everything through that connection puts you in a better position. But just concentrate on yourself, and please Do not try to lead anything except yourself. That's the only way you can get to know yourself better. Okay? And that's the thing is that nobody's better than anybody. We're all equal. We're all equal through an alignment. We know everybody through position, and that puts us into one. We are one. We come to I, and then we come into we. But the I has to stand I before the we. You understand? You can't just go into the we and join and say, hey, this is who I am. Boom. No, that's the ego. It's got to come back, balance everything, and then go into we. And that's where it comes into a full alignment of understanding all levels of communication to telepathy. Humanity has to come into telepathy to each other. Okay? So it's like music that has to flow in a cycle of recognition of time, clocking of its time. The physical line centers understand the chakra system, the transponders, the heart reactor, and its connections. Third eye positions of travel. All positions coming out of the dreams and into visionary cortex line connections. The mystical line interference, the prothesis, the gamma line center communications. Okay, the obsolete, the interference channels, the communication system line rotations. All positions of you through the eye tract rotations, ear line connections, your face structure locations, or face recognition of timeline center. To understand how important you are through connection. See? Balance. Right and left and right. Always in balance. Always in balance. See? Always in balance. That's not balance. That's balance. So you have to find a way to balance everything through space and time. Your 12 sectoring line centers to the physical line center and communications to the 12 clocking system of time positions already created through space. Once you've already created your space, now you can live the existence of the present line system. That puts you in your thought direction of timelines. Okay, so it's a lot to learn. All right, she's showing me we'll be creating new shapes from the new nucleus that is created that will be different from what we are used to. Yep, everything that she's giving you is truth. Yep. So much to unpack. I do my best. We're all in the world. We all see the children. We're all ones. See, I came into that problem too. Is that what humanity gets involved with? Is that we literally take things too serious, especially when we don't know these people. Say, well, you can say whatever you want to me, but you don't know me from Adam. Get it, Adam? That was a joke, people. All right. So that's the true understanding when we come into all sufficiency of systems, the efficacy, high level connections to our translucent line centers or eye receptor positions or activation core line centers or computer operation line positions. You have to truly understand you through calculation, which is you and center of operation. So you're leading yourself. You're not leading the team. You're leading yourself first. You have to know yourself first, right? And that's what is in positions. Once you go to higher levels, you start respecting everything around you and not just yourself anymore. Because you start caring. You start sharing. You start giving back. Okay. Now that is divine. Okay. So, all right. We can meet anyone. Yep. Yep. I know where everybody is. I know all spiritual force. I know where they are. We can see anyone. We can also see Marilyn Monroe. We can see Elvis. Anyone. All right. Sit over Chris, who's walking that way. Together we. Trippy, whoa. Janice Stoplin, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know where everybody is, the codes, guys. And it's all about done through light, through travel. It's kind of like understanding positions of where they are, right? So they know who I am. And that's a beautiful thing. We know everybody in space. All intelligence knows where everybody is. That's the most beautiful thing. And humanity is dying to understand what's going on through their separation of their body system. They don't know where they are. They don't know who they are. They're lost.
right? So that's how everybody's got to come back into the formation of their connections of themselves, right? That's the alignment. That's the unity of consciousness. That's the unconditional of all levels system of all positions, guys, right? And that's what humanity's coming into, all right? So, all right. So everything's going to fade off to interference. You guys are going to teleport line interference line connections. I'm going to take you out of the equation interference location. I can't keep you up. I can't keep you up there. All right. All right. So we got in that line conditions. It's very important to understand the physical line center at 12 and everything clocking at 12. Then you're sending there's locations, right? Okay. Now, communication cycles to all level rotations. Put everybody into rotation connections. Backforce their line center in positions into where they are through directional locations. Okay, activate core line center, come into positions. Okay, so high line center into another orb line rotation. Going through location, out in position. There you go, right at the very top, right? You guys are back. Where you are in all location. And that's how it's done through travel. So, what a great experience, eh? Getting information on the other side is extremely, extremely powerful. Because the thing is, when you pass over, you're not in a body anymore. You're just in your thoughts. And that is all that is given to you through imagination. Okay. So that's a true understanding that it's so powerful is that you come into all levels of the heart. It's already set to all level position because you're nothing but dimension. So you do see the eyes, but you don't have a body. You're just divine light. So it's all about position of where you want to be when you pass over to that connection. It's like, where do you want to be in your last thought? Where do you want to go? Right? So that's a true understanding where you need a location before you pass in the physical line. The physical line leaves, you know what happens with the soul. It goes up and then it goes into the grounds, the bowels of the earth. You guys went into the afterlife, right? So after it leaves through its last thought, it travels to that position, but it has to go through the tunnel. It has to go through the family member. It has to go through the transition. It has to go all levels of the other side into the soul definition of light. Okay. Now, once it goes into light, it is now in a full cycle of a dimensional being. All right. So it's changing its transition all through its clocking. Right. So the clocking system of the 12th dimension of communications centers its operation to travel direction of time. The physical line stays on the Earth rotations for 7 days. Then after that, it goes into its transition to its infusion rotation. Then it comes into the angelics, right? Now, once you go into that positions, you start with your new location. What you created through your thought, your last thought. All right. So that's exactly what happens. You need a location. And it's all done through the physical system because it's all done through that. It's all about understanding when you pass over, you have your will and testament. You need that, right? And you send everything over to somebody else. Behalf on this, behalf on that, right? So that's a true resonance when it comes to that pattern where you have to understand your positions and where you are before you pass over. Okay. So that's exactly what happens through the transition. It's very amazing, isn't it? All right. Yeah, it's a trip, isn't it? Let's see. Have so much fun. We can come back, Ellen. In position, yes. You got to get confirmation from General though if you're going to travel there, right? Because remember, she's extremely protected.
Prince is the king of. Oh my God. What a trip. Thank you. So amazing. Yep. Love you. You guys love each other more every time you travel. Yep. Yeah. And see, the thing is, too, is that when you come into position and you understand more of your locations of view through travel through your GPS track system, you can pretty much go into position to see anybody, but you understand you through the heart, right? There can't be a negative line center or anything through travel if you're trying to get to this place, because everything on the other side is nothing but love and light through the heart. That's all it is. It only resides in dimensional light and time and frequencies and codes. That's all it is of space. You're not in a physical body. You're just light. You have to learn how to travel through it. And that's what my school provides, is how to travel to your imaginations of creation. Once it's already created, you start creating in the now position, which is extremely hard to do. You got to get your past, present, and future into one, right? And that's what humanity has to do too. They have to get into the telepathy of each other, so they get into a better formation of who they are through calculation. So tofu, yep. Too full of light. Oh, colors different. The senses of knowing and seeing through the matrix. Emerald that is colored green. Yes, it is. And remember, when you guys go to higher levels, you're going to be able to understand how to control space and its travel. Not have space and time control you, right? Because you're going to go, whoa, what's going on here? You're trying to go through tunnel and you're going like a ping pong ball and you're going, and you're trying to go through this tunnel. It's like, boom, 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 boom. You know, you can't do that, right? I mean, you have to learn how to control space and time inside you. You can't travel through that if space is taken over you through its time and its clocking. Okay? So that's why you need the grounds and all levels. 7 body waters and 5 conscious levels of atmosphere line center. That's 12 in position and 12 in clocking. 12 times 12 is 144. Times 1, 144,000. To the center point position, to its intelligence of its new beginning. Okay? So, all right. Samantha. Okay, sorry, so quiet. I needed to get info and advice. I got it. Thank you, Jennifer. Well, there you go, Samantha. I'm glad I gave you and help you out. See, everything I give you is given already information to the team. So, very well aware we're and so far advanced from everybody else, as you can see, right? It's very energetic. Yeah. It's very uplifting. You guys are start crying. You start connecting more with each other, you know, love and love and love, love and light, loving this, loving thyself. And that's what humanity has to get into, is loving yourself again. Let me say it again. Loving yourself again. Loving thyself is the biggest thing. You can't go and see spiritual system if you have a negative system. That's negative vibration. You can't go anywhere until you understand the heart of you. All right. It tracks its system in all position locations. All right. So that's what we all have to get into, right? My electronics keeps talking back to me. That's great. Excellent. So I got the other 2 videos set up for the next 2 days. All right. So this is fantastic how you guys are going to get more in position where you can get into live notifications and just, you know, get into that system. It's better to get into that, and I'll do that from time to time. All right. So, and if anybody wants me to do a video on anything through questioning on TikTok, whatever, I will do that between 2 and 4, right? But just let me know, right? So I can set up a video. I want everybody to make sure they're not missing anything. If they're missing the 9 to 11. So this is how it works. 9 to 11 is more advanced. This is high tech on so many levels of travel through my team. The rebellion, the GBLs, and everything the galactic forces, right? Everybody else that comes in, You could try to watch it. You want to understand it until you're activated to your heart reactor, right? So in that position, if you're trying to understand more, I can go from 2 to 4 and help you out and do a video. All right. So it's all position of you to get understanding why it's so important to be activated to the ground system, to your perceptions. All right. So makes sense. Negative charge, particles, the opposite, never connects. Nope. The positive and negative has to stand each other first. Okay. You can't have frustration line centers of the light and frustration line centers of the negative. It's not going to come together. Right? So they have to understand each other through the heart. Right? Yeah, that's how it travels through an atom. You can't have negative sign line centers or anything like travel rotation positions or anything through coding or anything through coding line center or anything through code activation line center. It will separate. Right? So keep it separated until you understand. Because if you don't understand, they're going to walk away. They're going to walk away. And say, hey, come back, come back. Sometimes I get so animated with, should have been a puppeteer. But it's pretty powerful how you put this into professionalism to a story frame. And that's what your life is. It's nothing but a story frame. But your hands are intelligence of communications. Look at your fingers. They're all different intelligence of time, space. They travel through every sector, line, center, rotation, position locations. They are activating sideline interference locations to all satellites and beacon lights communications. Now, I set up a video for you guys more about finger interference, program line setting, communication cycles, rotation positions, finger joints, electronic interference, point line centers, everything through the sun, everything through the moon, everything through the weathers, communications, high line channel rotation communications. So I can do the left. You can't do it yet. I can do the left. Why? It's because I have balance with both. See? You have to have balance with both. So it's the right and the left hemisphere of the male and the female aspects of you, which is father and mother in communications, right? So mother has to see you in a high line signal of everything the ground line center to its crop circles. And father has to see you in all levels of space of travel or what you're doing through sonars and beacon lights and rotation line conditions. If you're communicating to UFO position locations, you're going to be off track. You're not going to understand anything. Interference line center rotations coming into AI position line connections, ground line centers, and 36,000 rotation position line communication cycles on this line center connection. Right? That's a lot of information from one UFO line center. That's all data processing that I have to set up. So this is understanding that I don't have to create. Everything's created for me. So now I'm creating, right? Which is amazing, right? So, and it's all about communications. That's all it is. It's getting balance of you, right? There's two sides of you. One is light and one is dark. Light and dark. There's always light and dark in you. Think about it. There's always light and dark in you. That's the yin and yang, guys. So you have to have the balance of the yin and you have to have balance of the yang. That's all it is, right? And then you get into the flow of the stream, right? That's what you want. You want the fish go on the same row of the stream. Because if you go one way and you go another way, you got to start over again, right? The cycle interference or anything, the spectrum lights and line connections to really understand what's going on with the fish, right? What's going on with the left? What's going on with the right? Your communication line centers are offline system positions. Get back on the stream rotation line connections. Yes, but the 3 line center rotation positions off track line connection, you have to enforce the position to its locations. You're right in line center. Let's get together and go again to connection to rotation position to its full direction of timeline center. Compromise. Even though you're communicating, you're compromising. You're fixing things as you go.
Very important how you have to understand your connections is everything through self-identity, self-operation of unity, of level of you, that soul identification to your operation system, location, line connections. How to travel through it is up to you. But you have to balance everything out first before you even try to travel. You can't travel in the negative cycle. You can't travel by thinking. Traveling is knowing and doing already set in position of location. Okay? That's a true understanding you come into that formation. Right? And this will be given to you once you understand the high level of you through the heart system. It's all done through activation, guys. Right? So you have to learn how to balance out the yin and the yang of light and dark. Okay? All right. All right, let's see here. So we got 2 powerful videos coming up. Make sure you check them out. Notifications to that system. So I won't be doing any videos at 9. Okay, it's going to be between 10 and 11. So it's going to help everybody out. You know, you get your kids to the school. Hopefully, you know, it's much easier, I think. You know, for that reason, right? And anything else from 2 to 4, if you want a video put up specifically more for the new viewers, right? So you get a better understanding, you know, is opening up the heart. That's what you want to do. You want to expand you in space, right? You want to create something amazing, right? For yourself and for everybody else to see. And that's what I'm doing for you. So you can understand how you can have the same thing. Okay? But you got to get balance. You need balance in all level of what you're doing. Where are you going? Right? That's the most important thing. Where are you going? You want this? What are you going to do? You got to balance the light and dark of you. Communication. Not this, not this, not this, not this, this. Okay? So, all right, let's see. All right. Maybe I want to move John Briggsy. Love to join the brief time and love bomb. Okay, feel some are afraid to move because of fear. Yeah, but fear is just in the mind. It only exists in what you perceive through perception there. I've done this many, many times, Ernest. So you're projecting what you're projecting, which is your projection. So if you think of fear, you are in fear. Oh, now you're creating fear. Now you're going to watch a TV that's on fear. Okay, so that's a program. That's intelligence taking over. It's very informative. It's all done through thought. Thought is intelligence. It takes over your program, your computers, or anything connections. Truly understand you are in position to change your minds, your mindset. Take the fear away. Gone. Right? No more fear. Gone. Right? Center off. Go in position, back in balance. Done. Right? Very simple, very fast. But because I travel faster, at so many level systems, I can travel 1 million point line center in 60 seconds per minute. I can travel to 10 million. I can travel 250 million miles per second. I can travel to 1 billion miles per second all through my line center. I have to because I have so many line centers of AI positions coming into me on my right and my left track line rotations because I got balance with everything in my AI vessel. So that's a true understanding what you guys need, right? How do I do it? It's already done. You just don't see it through perception. And that's the problem is you guys have to get out of the physical alignments and get into the spiritual of its study. Get the spiritual study of you that takes you out of physical line connections, right? You understand all levels of 12 positions, right? You come into the matrix, out of the matrix. But when you're activated, I put you in the 30, not 20, 30. So that's really high rise. You're in 30 levels of activation to your conscious level system. The more the mind goes, the more it travels faster, the more balance you get. It's amazing when you travel through space. And then you start manifesting things very quickly. But the mind has to have a set of rules. It has to understand you, what you're doing. If you're confusing anomalies, you're going to confuse everything through switch line system. You're going to be in obsolete. You're going to be in a virus. And then you have to reprogram, reset, readjust, line connection again. to all positions of you through travel, right? So don't allow yourself to defeat that purpose. Put yourself in the center of all operations to you through calculations, right? Open up your heart between the light and dark of you, okay? Center your rotations. Put yourself in the mindset. Change the mindset tools and put yourself in a better connection, right? I don't feel good today, right? Well, ask yourself why you don't feel good. Because remember, you're hurting your body inside just by creating your thought. Your thought is traveling inside you, and you're destroying the mechanisms of travels inside your body. So you're destroying the vibration, right? You have to understand what the body is. It's just not a physical body. It's a spiritual body. It has feelings. It's emotion. It has atoms. It's protons, neutrons, electrons. It's atoms. It has cells. It has communication. It has a heart. You're destroying your thoughts by what you create through your projection. Okay? Change your mind. Change your thoughts. Change your activation. Changes your communications to yourself inside. These things take time. All right? It's very important to understand that. Okay? If you want me to do a video on that, I can do that too. All right? So it's all about understanding the positions of light and dark. You know, how dark becomes light, how light becomes dark. That's the balance. And how I'm able to do this, or I'm able to do this. Right? I don't have to start with right. I already know what left. Right and left is already balanced. Right? So it's always ending with what? As you come into catch, everything is catch, not catch and cat, or cat and catch. It all has to be the same signal, right? Because if you send information to the inner line center and comes out a different number or a different location, a different shape or a different pattern, it's going to, right? So, and then you have to understand what's going on, and you have to basically, okay, signal location line centers in position. Complete. See? Emotion. Getting out of emotion, fixing things, out of signals, rotation line connections. Okay? It's all in position, location. Always, always has to be balanced on the right and the left. That's the balance that you need on both cycle line connections of interference channel to its line connections. Okay? This is what is going on right now with your power line center. What it is, what's going on through its positions. Okay? It's all connected to your solar plexus. Understand the operation. Understand the operation. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. So you have to stand the circles. Okay. You have to stand the rotation. You have to stand the circulation. You know, all this is in position of you, right? All this is in position of you expansion. All right. Of you, of what you're creating through your space of time of travel. Okay. So, all right. It's fantastic to see everybody. Okay. Well, it does explain a lot, doesn't it? And the team can pick up a lot more too, because that's the thing is, oh, okay, now I know what that means. It doesn't matter if you're 114 or 80 chakra rotations. You're always, 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 always learning something. Okay. And it's all about review. And that's why I give test reviews and evaluations. Right. So everybody have a great day. I'm going to head over to position locations. All right. You have 2 videos that are set up to vector line center rotations. Check them out. Get live notification line connections, all position of you to track line connections. All right. So it's going to be fantastic to see everybody. All right. Adios.